רגע פשוט של שמש הרעיש את חיינו, רם פתאום החיוך שידענו אמש, חמק מן הבית אל תוך החלום, גם כאן לפעמים הרקיע נצבע בתקווה מחודשת.
Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Student Forum and the Jewish Agency of Israel for everything that you're doing and for not letting us stay in these kind of days by ourselves. I am the wife of Udi Goldwasser. Udi and Eldad were kidnapped by Hezbollah to Lebanon on July 12, 2006. 3 weeks before them, Gilad Shalit was kidnapped by Hamas to Gaza. Since the moment that my husband got kidnapped till today, I didn't heard anything regarding to him. I know that the Red Cross didn't achieve to reach them. I don't have anything. I don't have the information if he is alive, if he is wounded, if he got to see a medical treatment, if he got to see a doctor. Nothing at all. My husband is in his reserve duty. He is not a soldier. He is a student like you, like me, in his environmental engineering, in his second degree. Eldad is a student for law school, for law studies, and Gilad is very young, and he wished to be a student, and I hope that he will be as soon as he will be back. You're probably asking yourself, I'm sure that you know my story, you know their story, and I'm sure that you're probably asking yourself, how she cooperate, what she's doing, what is the day schedule, what is the timetable. So at the moment that I understand that my husband is kidnapped, the same moment I understand that we are going to work very hard, we are going to bring them back. We know that we need your help. We know that we need you to be their ambassadors. We need your voices to raise it and to say that it shouldn't be correct to think that by kidnap we can earn something in the free world. So my days are during traveling in Israel and abroad, trying to meet people, the one that can help me to understand what's going on, what's happening, if there is some information, trying to meet people and help me to raise their voice, and like what we are doing right now. Sometimes I'm trying to do things that will help me to continue passing the days, and believe me, it's very hard for me. Every moment, every day, every minute, it's every second, it's like forever. So it's very hard. For us, it's evening in Israel and it's night, and when I'm going to leave you and you will going to your stuff and your places, I will go back to my home, which is empty. The only one that is waiting for me back home is my dog, and I need to travel with him. And that's my days, that's what I'm doing, and I'm meeting people and I'm trying to raise their voice because we need your help. We need you to go to your leaders and to support them and to ask them to do much more. We know that in the state we did several resolutions, and we know that it's very helpful to the other countries to understand that if something happened in the United States, then it's a role model, and the other countries need to do it. So this is why they're doing it, and they do it. And we need your help, because it's with your help we put the resolution, and with your help we traveling, and with your help we are not forgetting that Eldad, Gilad, and Udi are still not at home. I'm always saying it's not my private problem. It's the problem of the free world. It's the problem of Israel. It's the problem of the Jewish world. It's a problem of us, and we, all of us, need to work together, and all of us need to demand at least a sign of life. As I said, till today the Red Cross didn't achieve to reach none of them. none of the officials got to see Eldad, Gilad, or Udi, and this is what we want. It's very basic, it's very simple, because we just need the Red Cross to go to visit them. But it seems that we need to demand it as much as it needed, because this is what the free world stands for. I met so many people, so many leaders, the one that want to hear me and the one that not want to hear me, and I'm asking the same question: how come till today the Red Cross didn't achieve to reach them? Ahmadinejad, which was in the United States, which was in New York, and said that he is a member of the free world. His country is a very humanitarian country. He wants the acceptance of the United Nations, but he didn't give the United Nations what he needs to give, and it's the acceptance of the Red Cross to go to visit them. This is what we need to do. And if you're asking exactly what we need to do, then you need to send emails and letters and petitions to your leaders, to the ambassadors for the United Nations of Lebanon and of Syria and Iran, and to demand and to ask and not to forget them. I heard so many great ideas not to forget them, and everything which is good for you, then it's good for them. If it's blogs and chats and this kind of thing, that even talk about it in the community and of course outside the community. I know that you are praying in all the synagogues in Shishi, and we need to send our prayers as far as we can, and we need to raise our voice as far as we can. And I don't know if you know, but it was published here in Israel a year ago, the medical report, and I'm not a naive. I know that the medical report is not very optimistic, and it's more than a year, almost a year and 4 months since my husband and his colleague were kidnapped, and we didn't get any sign of life. I hope that he is okay, but I'm not a naive, and I know that we can have a bad end for our story. I hope that it will be a good end, and I hope that my husband will be back again. My husband Udi is 32 years old, Eldad is 27 years old, and Gilad is 21 years old. All of them celebrate their birthday in captivities 2 times, unfortunately, and I need to celebrate my two anniversary, the first one all by myself. I know my husband since the age of 21. After 8 years of marriage, after 18 years of being together, we got married. So the first 2 anniversary, I need to celebrate it by myself. And I hope that by the end of this Solidarity Day, you will go to your place and you will think how and what you can do for them, because we are okay. It's them that you need to do for. And I hope that you will think what will be the right way to raise their voice. And I hope that by the end of this event, you will help us to be their ambassadors and to raise your voices. Thank you.
Hi, Karnit. Thank you so much for doing this with us. I was just wondering, something I admire most about you is that you have such strength when you speak. I wanted to know where the strength comes from. How you're such a strong woman, and so many people admire you for this, and you wanted to know what keeps you going.
You have the pictures of Udi next to you?
We have it over here.
It's over there. So you can see his smile. You can see it behind me. So most of my strengths, I think, all of my strengths came from Udi. And I want this smile back at home. Whenever I speak regarding to my husband, I always get a smile on my face, and this is the moment that I have a smile on my face. And the other strength that I get is from you. You're the one that's supporting me. You're the one that make me understand that I'm not on my own on this struggle to bring him back. I know that you are with me and you are helping me. I know that it's not my private problem. I know that this is the private of Israel and the private of the free world, as I said. And Tzvi, you know, you were in the Second War, and you know that when Israel was in those days, all of us came and all of us were together and some of you went to Lebanon, and I know that you were over there with the motivation of bringing any kind of evidence, or of course my husband, and this is the one that makes me understand and makes me feel that it's not my private problem.
What more can we, as Jewish students living in Washington, D.C., be doing to return your husband and the rest of the captured soldiers to their homes?
First of all, what you are doing, the bracelets and the t-shirts and the postcards are very important, and it's important in several ways. One of the things is that we know that we're not by ourselves. We know when I'm traveling and I'm going here in Israel and I see the stickers on the cars, and I know that the person inside remember that Israel had a problem, and one of the big problem of Israel is Eldad, Gilad, and Udi. And this kind of action that you told me that you are doing, it's very important for us to know that we are not by ourselves. And to speak inside the community, it's very important, but we also need to speak outside the community. I know that there is several Christians loving Israel, and we need to help them to be with us, because they're with us, and we need to speak to them and to trying to tell them what we are doing, and maybe they could help and work with us. We need to send postcards and mails and letters to the Secretary General, the President of the Red Cross, your leaders, the President of the United States. Those kind of people are the ones that are having kind of influence, and if not on Nasrallah, then they have an influence on people inside the government of Lebanon. As I said, Nabia Berry, the head of the parliament, is a person who can go to speak to Nasrallah, and we should ask them all to go and to talk to Nabia Berry, and maybe he will talk to Nasrallah. It's a kind of a chain. A friend knows, or knows someone that we need, and we need someone who knows someone who eventually knows Nasrallah and eventually will speak to Nasrallah. And Nasrallah shouldn't forget for a slight of a moment that this is not a problem against families. This is a problem against the free world, and Nasrallah should remember that always by the leaders that you're speaking to, that he should give answers. How come till today the Red Cross didn't achieve to reach them? And when I met the Red Cross, they told me that they have routes to go to Hezbollah, but it's risky for them to use the routes against Hezbollah for rescuing the routes to bring a sign of life of Udi and Eldad.
What is the biggest thing you've learned in this whole ordeal, either about yourself or about Israel or about anything, or what's the biggest lesson that you can take from this?
I learned so many things about myself, and I learned so many things about everything since Udi got kidnapped. But I think the one that I can tell you about right now, that it's a big question for me. I need to think about it, but I know that Udi was right. Udi always said to myself said to me that I'm much more than I thought, and I know that he is right. And sometimes it makes me sad to know that he was right, because he was right that I can work and work so hard. And I didn't know that he was right. And for me to speak in English, it's not so easy. We travel, and he was the speaker. And when I said to him, "How come you have so great English, such a great English?" And he said, Karnit, you have a great English too. And I said, you're wrong, and I can't speak in English. And at the moment that I need to speak in English, I opened my mouth and it started. And I said at the end, okay, he was right, I can't speak English. This is one example. And sometimes when I travel by myself with the car and I was real wrong in the way, and I phoned him and I said, Udi, where to turn? And he said, Karnit, you can deal by yourself, and right now I'm doing it by myself. And I said, okay, so he was right in this. Also with the dog, I always need him to help me with the dog, and right now I'm doing it by myself, so he was right too. So unfortunately, I need to tell him that he was right. And unfortunately, because I'm always right.
What does a day in the life of Karnit Goldwasser look like?
Of Karnit, okay? I wake up in the morning, and it depends. Sometimes if it's abroad Israel, I can't remember where I wake up, what is the place, what is the time. It's confusing me. But then there is several phone calls that I am getting. It very depends what's happened at the same day. If something happened during the media, if there is, because if something happened or someone saw something, if it's published somewhere in a newspaper, then the reporters are calling and asking our reply and our what we think about it. So there is phone call that we need to do. There is, as I said, if there is meeting inside Israel, then we are meeting, and the doors are open for us. The doors is the door of the Prime Minister and the door of Regev, of course. And so we need to travel, and we need to. I'm traveling inside Israel, and I'm doing some phone calls, and I'm trying to be wiser regarding to the issue, wiser regarding to the political issue, to what's happened over there. Of course, reading the internet and trying to look for new things in the internet. There is a dog that I need to take and to walk with. Sometimes it's during a bad time. I can't forget that last Hanukkah I had a speech with, I think it was New Jersey community, and they asked me some question. And by the end of the question, they said if I want to stay online. I said okay, and then I need to hang up and walk. And then they continue calling me, and several congressmen were sitting over there, and I didn't know that they put me on air again. And they said that there was, unfortunately, we got hung up. And I said it's me because the dog was asked me to take him for a walk. And everyone was listening to me, and I said, I'm sorry, I need to hang up because he's barking, he wants to walk. So this is what I'm doing during everything. And shopping, like everyone, and laundry. During the normal life that everyone has, I need, of course, to think about my husband.
עוד יש מפרש לבן באופק מול ענן שחור כבד כל שנבקש לו יהי ואם בחלונות הערב אור נרות החג רועד כל שנבקש לו יהי לו יהי לו יהי ענה לו יהי כל שנבקש לו יהי לו יהי לו יהי ענה לו יהי כל שנבקש לו יהי בתוך שכונה קטנה מוצלת בית קט עם גג אדום כל שנבקש לו יהי זה סוף הקיץ, סוף הדרך, תן להם לשוב הלום, כל שנבקש לו יהי, לו יהי, לו יהי, ענה לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי, על ראשנו אור כוכב, כל שנבקש לו יהי. אז תן שלווה ותן גם כוח לכל אלה שנאהב, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי.
May he who blessed our forefathers Abraham, Yitzchak and Yaakov, Yosef, Moshe and Aaron, David and Shlomo, bless, protect, and watch over Israel Defense Forces soldiers, missing in action, and the captives. Eldad ben Tovah Regev, Ehud ben Bracha Goldwasser, Kiryat ben Aviva Shalit, Guy ben Rina Heber, Ron ben Batya Arad, Zachariah Shlomo ben Miriam Baumel, Yekutiel Yehuda Nachman ben Sarah Katz, Zvi ben Penina Feldman. Amongst all our brothers and sisters of the house of Israel who are in distress and captivity, because the community is praying for them, may the Holy One, blessed be He, have abundant mercy on them, remove them from darkness and the shadow of death, break open their shackles, and deliver them from their distress and return them to their families and loved ones. They will praise God, His kindness, and the wonders He does for man. And may it manifest for them as it is written, the redeemed of God shall return and come to Zion in joy and with the blessing of eternal happiness upon their heads. Joy and gladness will reign, and tragedy and sorrow will be dispelled. And let us say, Amen.
גם אם בחוץ החושך שולח אלינו ידיים, זה לא נגמר. גם אם לרגע ארוך נופלים מעלינו שמיים, זה לא נגמר. עד נלטף את פניכם, את כאב המרחק נרגיע, זה לא נגמר. ליבנו פועם בשבילכם, אין הרגע הזה עוד יגיע. ברגע פשוט של שמש הרעיש את חיינו, רם פתאום החיוך שידענו אמש, חמק מן הבית אל תוך החלום בתום שינה תרופה, כשהבית יאור לקולות מוכרים אז בנפש חשופה, נברך על האור המשיב אוהבים. זה לא נגמר, גם אם בחוץ החושך שולח אלינו ידיים, זה לא נגמר. גם אם לרגע ארוך נופלים מעלינו שמיים, זה לא נגמר. עד נלטף את פניכם, את כאב המרחק